Alright guys, good morning. A couple large caps on watch today. I'm not really looking at any small caps. So we have SYMC. Reported good earnings yesterday. Held up overnight. Has a breakout level. Touched 23, but over the VWAP, over 2250 looks pretty good as long as it holds up. You see it had some resistance around this area. So we'll keep that one on watch. Looking at it on the daily chart, we're trading up over, actually we're not quite over the, we're trading up over the 200. So this is a big area to be trading up over since we're trading over 241. So the daily looks really good. It had a previous level, gap level here, which it's had some trouble to get over. So if it gets over 23, we really want to see it start moving. It has a huge gap to fill. I mean, the gap's all the way up to closer to 29, arguably. Okay. We also have MRK on watch. MRK is in a nice uptrend. Doesn't have as much volume. Not sure why that one popped up. SYMC. We're also looking at CI on the downside. Not too sure what to think about this one. Nothing that I really like until they get to certain levels, so we'll just keep them all on watch.
Alright guys, we're open. Just be patient here. Not going to be, especially not going to be jumping into this Amazon.
So not trading the opening candle today, which is okay.
Amazon trying to fade here a little bit.
Can hop in here at 22. Averages 2208.
SPY testing 270 pivot.
I'll just take the 10 cents right there on a little snapback. Went all the way up to 30. Wow. So that's about right. Captured about half the move. Let it pick a direction now. Got the opening candle. I'm happy. It's 4 days in a row that got a piece of the opening range. So as it's indecisive here, we could wait and see. Hey Laura, good morning. I guess we'd be bearish under the opening price, but the opening price is over the VWAP. So it came back down to our profit take area. Let's see if we can just rinse and repeat and grab it again really close to 22 if it fails to break down underneath it and make new lows. This might be a little bit of a profit take going red to green. Didn't really give us a good entry.
SPY back through the 270 pivot.
SPY's going red. A little bit. CI's fading with the market. This kind of looks like a good bear flag off of the VWAP because the market's going red. Oh wait. Oh, CI is really...
CI drifting lower here, but the volume is really light.
GE looks bullish. Now might be a good short. After yesterday, had some pretty good gains. It's pressing on this level here.
Yeah, the spread on CI, that doesn't want to make me touch it either. Amazon trying to reverse here.
This has a 50-cent spread, so
I'd consider that, depending on what the market does here, 1650-ish, above that.
Amazon over 1650. I wouldn't even know how to trade Amazon, to be honest. I'll leave that one alone. Let's see if it puts in some new lows here, if it starts to form a bottom and we can grab it again on the way up.
Amazon. Keep an eye on this.
How do you feel about it? Is it today? What's it on? Going long on Amazon. Mike, it looks like he's going long Amazon. So we'll see. This should pick up some momentum.
Going for a big breakdown here.
GE's still moving up. I'm going to keep my eye on this to see if it puts in new lows. Or if we can grab it again around 22.
Amazon.
Last time I was here, it got bought back up.
That.
NIO is breaking out. I haven't seen that one in a while. Not really interested.
Amazon getting up here on the 1650 level.
So I'm looking to buy this if it forms some support here. Buying underneath the VWAP, not the best. The market might be putting in a candle, green candle. So we just grabbed a little bit at 204.
See how we react to this.
Over 22 is going to be our risk. Risking about 10 cents. So there's our 1-to-1 profit. We're up 10 cents. If this gets over the VWAP, it could really go. Up 20 cents. I'm going to take most of it. Just leave the rest in here in case it does end up getting bullish for the day.
See a little bit of a pullback on this Amazon first.
Gonna leave this last bit at I'm gonna keep the stop at break even, right at 22. See if it'll go for us. Took profits at the VWAP. If it gets up over the VWAP and goes, it'll look pretty good. If it fails and we have to close out, still a green trade. That's good. We took 20 cents, risking about 10 cents. GE's coming back down, testing 10.20. I feel like this needs the market in its favor, and market doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. I might take this off here. We're up 20 cents with 80 shares. It's like
Amazon,
20 bucks.
Giving me a chance here, trying to get in.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it there.
Had a bid at 16.51.
My hotkey didn't execute, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm just keeping an eye on the market. Looks a little bit more promising here. I don't want to add. Market might push. There we go. Wow, interesting.
I'm just gonna watch. I pulled my bid out on Amazon. Just gonna watch it. Get a chance to enter there.
Well, the market's pushing up and this is not following suit. I don't like that at all. Alright, let's try to just stick to the plan. Hold it for break even. I'll put a stop on it and just forget about it.
Pretty quiet.
Stop's gonna be $21.99.
Amazon, that's. Oh well.
Well, so you have one more test coming up on math. What level math are you in?
Yeah, nice move on Amazon.
MA is pressing on highs. Logarithms. MA has a clean daily to break out. High is 24. It's setting a new high by about 10 cents. SYMC is working. Put a little bit of a resistance there up towards the opening price. We're up 40 cents a share. That's wonderful. Up over the VWAP is good. Volume, not so much. These bottoming wicks are what I saw and what I liked. So we entered on these two bottoming wicks. So our entries were pretty good. Our exits weren't that good.
CRLN. Good volume too.
Small size today. Market got pushed back down. Failed to make a new high. I'm going to take the 40 cents here. Yeah. Let's see. See if we can push up here. Push, 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 push. I'm just going to take it there. That was a nice 40-cent move. Really small size, really low risk. So we were risking about 4 cents, 4 to 10 cents. We got in at 404. Or we got in at 2204. Took most of the profit up 20 cents. And then just closed out the rest at 42. Our risk level off of this 22 was
nice move.
Beneath this
that was kind of a miss for me.
22 level.
I had a
so we were risking maybe 10 cents, and we ended up capturing 40.
Share bid at 16.51, and then another 100 at 16.41.
It was a good move.
Another 100 at 16.35, but just didn't hit it, so it's all right.
If it breaks through this 46, I might add. Just because there's a clear level. Okay, so. Oh. This little box was checked. I didn't get filled. I'd be long 500 shares at like 47. It's okay. It didn't really break out. There it goes. GE's coming down. You guys looking at anything that you want me to look at? Any small caps? Any other stocks at all? This one's not very eventful. This has a lot of potential if it gets up to 23 and it starts to hold over that level.
Amazon's a little bit frustrating. That would have been a real nice winner, big one.
Wow.
20 points on 400 shares.
Yeah, we were looking at it over 42.50. Maybe 16.50. I don't even know. I don't know how to trade this stock.
Yeah, I still have GE. I sold half yesterday. SPY trying to reverse here a bit.
Yep. Up 60 cents from our original entry. We took at 10. Or we took at 20 cents.
Sold half at
40.
10.40 yesterday.
SPY's coming down with a red candle underneath the VWAP. Wait for a pullback unless I play the pullback. I don't know if I really want to short into this right now. It's grinding. It's not super extended. We'll see what it looks like on the level 2.
SPY on the low.
I'm more inclined to short this on an extension. Short the pullback. I don't really want to start adding in shares here because it can drop all the way back down. Or I don't want to add in long here.
On GE, so here, if we take a look. Doubtful I'm going to trade it now, guys. I kind of missed that Amazon fill. I just didn't want to chase it, but it's all right. Still been a pretty great week, especially with this GE. So I would consider re-adding to GE here, but it would.
So it looks like there's some big size going through at 70, and he's not lifting. So this is a hidden buyer on the tape.
Like to see happen ideally.
You see all these shares going through at 70, but he's not moving. They're only showing 300 shares. So that's going to give some buyers some confidence, but you never know how big his order is. He could have 100 shares here or a million. You have no idea. But you see these bigger orders go through, and he's not lifting, so somebody is holding it up, almost like secretively holding it up. So we'll just wait on this one.
CI, there's no real trade there, I don't think. It's not really reacting to anything.
There's some big orders going through on the ask.
Buy volume is about average.
I don't want to get in with anticipation of the break. I'll wait for the confirmation, wait for a pullback, and see. We'll just play the safe way.
The CRON pretty strong.
The weed industry is strong today.
Way to move.
Yeah, Kron is hauling ass. Wow. But gonna be watching Kron today. There's nothing overhead.
See this type of volume like this, this consistent volume, that's heady, and then
so he was just looking at the cron chart and talking about the volume. So looking at all these volume sticks and showing how that it's just steady momentum, or that it's steady volume, it means it's super strong. You know, it's not as choppy. I love shorting these. I love shorting these. Hopefully don't get your face ripped off. So I took a starter short at 50. See if we can get a 20-cent pullback. So short.
you could try Amazon again over this basically 1660.
57's high a day. We're at 55, 52. 55. I missed the ad. So we're up 10 cents a share. See if we can get about a 20-cent pullback. I'm going to take half there, up 10 cents. Stop's going to be closer to break even.
Candle, that 5-minute candle is kind of concerning.
I mean, you're right, Laura. There's no reason to short the front side of these strong pullbacks. It just, I really like to. I don't know why. We're up 10 cents a share. We had 500 shares, it's $50, but we really could have easily lost that, because if it snapped over high a day, we could have seen probably a bigger loss. So there's our 20 cents. I'm going to take it off there. That was a good move. Beautiful. So shorted it at 48. Well, we shorted at 50. They came back up against us a tiny bit. Took some more size as it was on its way back down. Got to be quick to take the profits, and then we felt a little bit more comfortable holding the rest. It had a 30-cent pullback. You know, I definitely don't think this is going to be mapped out as high a day. I don't see any reason for this to pivot here and crash. But, you know, things can't go up forever. They are due for pullbacks. That was a big move. 30 cents. Back to SYMC. Still pressing on this level. I guess Cron could be a potential dip buy around 20, around 21.
Jeff, I watched the tick on the 1 minute.
Maybe around this area, around the VWAP, you can buy some. I'm gonna get in here long, under 21. See if we can get another 20 cents or so. Oof. So there's the test of the VWAP. We really want to see that hold. We're in at 97. So this would be buying the dip on a strong stock over the VWAP. I'm gonna have to bail here. Hold up. 2080 is going to be my line in the sand. A push over 21 would be nice. Holding over 21 would be really nice. So that moment when it was coming down to the line in the sand around 2080, could have been adding. Definitely could have been adding when I got that nervous feeling of maybe I made the wrong decision. So over 21 looks good. I don't really like our average if it doesn't continue, so I might take off some risk. The SPY is putting in a huge red candle. I don't like that.
I'm gonna sit tight for now, guys.
This is obviously an alpha stock. It's not trading with the market. I'm gonna take off some there at 6. I only got like 8 cents there, but now I can feel a little bit more comfortable holding this down against us to potentially add. We want to see this flutter around 20, hold up over the VWAP, and then push higher. So I'm looking to add back in around 2080 or so. Wow, the SPY is wild. Really want to see it get over 21 and hold. Oh yeah, SYMC is looking to break out. So I'm not going to chase it up there. I'd like to see it break out, pull back, and then form some sort of support at 23, but it's pushing through. Alright, so there's some support at 92. Do you see that bid at 92? So I missed an ad opportunity. We'll give it some more time. See if this 2090 holds. SYMC is breaking out. I think this cron's going to be a slow mover. It's really not that extended. It's only up 6%. I'm not sure how I feel about that chart anymore. Alright, so here's where we're looking to add and then cut it. If it sets new lows here and doesn't hold, we'll cut it. Our average right now is 97. I'd like to get as close to 2080 as possible. I took my eye off it for a second and it dipped down. These bottoming wicks are showing that it has some support, but it's underneath the 9 EMA and it's starting to curl down a little bit. But what I like is that it's holding one of these levels at least. So we have this level of support, we have the level of support of the VWAP, plus we have good volume. SYMC. Trying to find a bottom at 23. I can't chase that. So we're up 10 cents a share. Excuse me, guys. Alright, well, we'll see if we can get some resolution here out of this bull flag. Up about 20 cents a share. Missed the ad opportunity. That was a perfect ad on the test of support. So on these larger moves, I'm going to look to take profits. I think this breakout was a little premature. Just trying to hold off on taking any. If it gets back up to about 30, I'll take it. I just lost my screen. What do you think? 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 Coming up to 30. I'm just gonna take that. That was a nice quarter move with 250 shares. Should have been 500 shares. If we got a quarter with 500 shares, it would have been $100. A quarter with 1,000 shares would have been 250. So we were risking close to 20 cents with that because we were in underneath 21, and we were risking off this 2080 area. My entries were premature. My profit takes. I'm usually premature on everything. Wow, the SPY is putting in huge green candles. How'd I miss that? The SPY just set in new highs for the day. That would have made me feel a lot more confident in this trade, even though it's not trading with the market. That was a big pivot on the SPY. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So here we were fighting around the VWAP. We got underneath the VWAP and had a pretty aggressive sell-off, and then we were putting in new lows from the day, and then from this low we spiked up here and actually got smacked right back down, and it looked heavy, and then we just squeezed out of them, and we're putting in new highs for the day. 271 is definitely going to be a level of resistance, maybe a pivot level. Up over this 2050 is pretty bullish. So you see we squeezed up through that level, and we're testing it now. So we'll see if it can hold up. Cron doesn't care what the SPY is doing. This was a nice pullback. So we grabbed it short here at 50 and 48. We covered 40 and 30. And then we let it pull all the way back down. We grabbed it underneath this 21 level. So what I liked about the pullback is that it's obviously a super strong stock. It's in an uptrend. The weed sector is bullish. We had $21 as a support level, the psychological level. We had the 9 EMA close to it. Underneath it, we had the VWAP, and then we also had these previous breakouts as support. So there were multiple levels of support that a lot of buyers could recognize. So as it came down, it got bought back up. Then it retested it, and it showed these bottoming wicks. That's an indication of being bullish, just like it did here. It came back down, it tested, got bought back up, and continues higher. So I'm not sure how this is going to trade out. If you look at the volume compared to this day, when it was a little bit choppy, this wasn't as strong. It wasn't as extended from the VWAP. But the first test of the VWAP, it failed, came back above it, set in a new high around 10 o'clock. And then it came back down, and then the second test of the VWAP, it failed. So I'm going to look to play that pattern based on the volume for the day. See if the volume dies off
Amazon here
on this uptrend. If we get a low volume uptrend, I might look to take it short. Especially if it sets a new high and it doesn't continue to push. But if it just grinds slow, might just leave it alone. Right, yeah, if it pulls back and goes higher and just kind of grinds up, not going to look to take it. We want to see it set a new high here and then fail. Or, I mean, potentially a lower high, but I don't want to play a lower high just because we're pretty close to all these support levels that we were just talking about. I'd rather see it get a little bit more extended and then show weakness, and then we have a bigger window and a move to capture on the downside. SPYs putting in new highs underneath 271. I'm happy with the day. 257, 13 tickets. That's great. That's great. I think I was green on all my trades, and I was never really in the hole. Had pretty well defined levels, even though they were fast trades. So we'll take a peek at this. Coming back to test this 23, holding over the 9 EMA. I'm not sure how I feel about it. A bottoming wick is good. We'll see if it can pull back and continue to hold over this level. Maybe look at it on a 5-minute pattern and see if it's setting up for a nice bull flag. The 5-minute pattern's a little bit ugly. You don't really want to see topping wicks like that. So it is kind of respecting this area of the bull flag, this 2290. So we'll see if we can get another couple red candles in here, and then maybe give us like a low risk candle in this area here for a breakout in like 10 minutes. So if we can get a breakout candle here where it's holding above support, it doesn't come back down into this channel. If it can just form a nice flag and then break out, I'd look to take it. There's some big support there on the tape though at 2309. So they're
alright guys,
they're trying to hold it up.
Amazon. I got filled 1653.70, 1653.50. So average looks like it's 1653. 40s. No, 40s. 60.
SPY's pushing up on
Filled all over the place.
271.
So very small starter position. Just looks like this market wants to go.
So the market's up over this 200. It has a huge gap to fill. I wanted to swing the Qs long. I guess I could wait for a pullback on the market. Let's see what the Qs are doing today. The Qs are up. They're not really up that much.
We'll see. It's going to need some time to.
Daily chart doesn't look as good either. It's still underneath the 200. So I'm going to set an alert for
here, but
50 here.
I'm in just a very small starter position.
Alright, well, if you guys are still here watching and you have anything you want analyzed, or if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to probably take a step back and wait for something good to set up. The bigger window trades for me have already been taken, so everything else should now be more of a trend trade. GE gap up, some resistance. It has a gap to fill underneath it. If it gets underneath 10, it might look good for a short. It's pressing up under the VWAP. The previous day close was 10.16. I like GE for a short, but it is over 10, so is it worth it to take it short over $10? When it just bounced at 10, but it's setting in a lower high here, so it should come back down to this 10 and possibly continue lower. If we were shorting it off at 10, our risk would be roughly, well, if we were shorting it here, we could only have like a 5-cent risk with a target of 10 and then reevaluate at 10. So we'll wait. Done for the day. I should be done for the day. Yeah, I'm trying to make trades, whereas you know the trade was from here.
My stop, I mean, it's going basically VWAP.
The trade was up here to here, and now we're half the move, and I'm trying to capture a move here when it can go either way. So yeah, should probably be done. This would be day 4, green, which is good. Going into the weekend green, but there's definitely still potential here. Some things can just break out, so I'm gonna stick around. I'm not gonna leave yet. SYMC is a little bit premature on this breakout. Let's see what it looks like on the 5-minute. Hopefully it didn't have a yes, this is gonna be a premature breakout. It's no longer a nice 5-minute pattern. We wanted to see a lower red candle, a lower red candle, a lower red candle, and a low risk entry here for the breakout. But I guess over 23 would be good. Cron, grinding. Trading in the 40s. We took profit as always.
Average now is just over 1654.
24.
1660. My target.
So I've been using 3-minute time charts for a long time now because 1 minute is too choppy, too emotional. The 5-minute in the beginning of the day isn't quite enough information. By now it's okay. But earlier in the day, I like to use 3-minute candles. It seems to work well. Some people use 2 minutes, but 3 seems just about right. It's not too much information, it's not too little information. I found when I was using 1-minute charts, I was just over trading. I don't really play patterns on the 3-minute. Like this, it's hard to explain. Like I don't play tops and bottoms of candles for specific bull flag breakouts and levels of resistance. I just kind of play an overall pattern. Wow. What was that? What just happened? So much for premature, but like what just happened? Like this just jumped from 23 to 24. Is that real? Did that just happen? So if you had a stop order in, you just got stopped out and now you're back down here. So say you were short and you had a stop here. They just stopped you out and you're right back to where you were. That's why some people use mental stops and not hard stops. I don't get it though. It's really low volume. What would you make of this candle? What do you think this means? Does this mean it's bullish or does this mean it's super top heavy? Is this showing that like, hey, we can get this high and we'll just continue to grind? That's so crazy. No. Maybe it was a glitch in the system. Does your chart show it? If you pull this up on your chart, yeah, it could just be Thinkorswim. It could have also been a really big order. Just somebody hit them. Maybe somebody had a huge order and hit a market order by mistake and just bought the whole thing up. Maybe it's a computer. Maybe it's an algorithm problem. It's like what happened with the flash crash. It just, computers went haywire. It just dumped everything. The SPY's still pushing. About 10:20. I'm gonna take a step back, I guess. I have somebody to call. Latoya 854. The mic is hot. The mic's hot. Let's see what else. Market's pushing in new highs.
leave your message for Latoya Williams.
Hi Latoya, this is Blake with iNinja. I was just giving you a call to let you know that the parts for the iPhone 5 SE came in. So if you'd like to set up an appointment to get your phone fixed, send me a text message or give me a call and we can either get it taken care of today or anytime tomorrow. Thank you. All right, check. If you want some kind of background for your camera. Huh? I have a background picture. I was gonna start rotating in motivational pictures. Ready? Boom. I like that one. The only reason I have this is because when I do my recap videos, I have to cover my old self. Alright guys, well, that's it. Alright? Getting impatient. Yeah, you're right. This mine's less mature. SYMC starting to respect this uptrend. As sloppy as it may be. The market is so strong. So I have a Robinhood account. I'm swing trading SQQQ. So let's see. Yeah, we're only up not even 1% today. But we're up 11% for the week. I'm up 42% for the year. 43%. It's a super small account. It's just for fun. So the market pushed over this 271 level. SYMC starting to break trend a little. It's kind of having trouble pushing higher, but we're still seeing volume. Hang on 1 second, you guys. iNinja, this is Blake.
Hi, I'm just
SPY's moving higher and this thing is not reacting, so.
Okay, well. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is gonna make me sick. So we bought at 2208. Why didn't I just hold it? Why didn't I hold that? So we bought at 931. 931. 22. 08. So bought here. Sold it at 31. Came back down. 937 we got back in, so here's 936, 937, we bought in that candle with another 250 shares. So right now, if I just held with a break-even stop, this thing never really came back against us after this candle. It tested here. This is a 940 candle. So I held till 945. I got out of it at 945. 31. 945. So it was grinding higher, respecting an uptrend. And I sold here. That's going to be it for the day. The Soylent worked really well for a week, and then I started carb loading on the weekend, and then it's not going so well. I haven't been doing Soylent, but it definitely reset my system. My consumption level's a lot lower. My energy level's great. So I'm not overeating, and I'm not eating a lot of carbs right now. I'm not eating a lot of pastas. Yeah, the fact that it was heavy over here and it was pressing on a clear level of resistance, which was the opening price. Basically, I'm trying not to overtrade, but I could have taken profits here and bought back and then added it back over as it broke out through key levels. And that's what I need to do, because that's how I have such big red days. It's because as it breaks out through a level and it gets more extended, I short more. And then it gets up to another level, I'll take more short. And then it comes up, I'll short more. So really, I need to be adding into my position. I could take profits here, but add back. Take profits and add back. It's so hard to know which way it's going to go. Like right now, would you short this, or would you... I wouldn't short it because it's not extended, but that's on a 1 minute time chart. I knew this was a profit target. I knew it. Oh well, I didn't put my money where my mouth was, and we're here now. So it actually is starting to look a little extended. On the 5 minute, the 15 minutes gonna look kind of ugly. A 3 minute, just about right. So why do we have a level at 2367? Oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. So 2367 were previous highs here. The high of this was 2357, the high of this 2366. So between 57 and 66 is really big resistance. Now we did pierce through it today. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Depends. On my charts we did. So I'd like to short this up here. Although it's grinding. It's not extended. There's not a high volume extension candle, so we would wait. We'd wait for that. We want to see the buyers get expunged, if that's correct. And Laura, you were perfect calling this dip to 23. That was the plan. And we didn't play it. I got distracted with an overextension on Cron. I need to be better about being able to watch more than one stock at a time. I mean, I have a watch list. I have a wall of stocks, but I really need to focus on 2 or 3. Actually, I should focus on only 2. Because when I focus on 3, it's difficult. I don't want to get into that too much, but because I have the monitor that I share with you guys, then I have my other monitor, and I have 3 symbols on them. But if I want to show you the symbol that I have over here on one of these 2 charts, then I have to put the symbol up there, and then I have 2 of the same symbols. So I should probably just focus on two main stocks. And then I'll have the side watch list where I can just watch others. But I'll have two main stocks. One's going to be on that monitor, so I could toggle back and forth between the two. I don't know. We'll see. This is still pushing despite the SPY pulling back. So SPY broke out over that 21 or that 71 level and is now just underneath it. This is a very significant level for this stock on the daily. Let's clear all these out. But looking at these two levels here, there's not much overhead. There's some wicks up towards 25, but this is a huge gap down. I can't chase this thing long. I can't do it. That was a really clean pullback to 23. Up over 23, came back, tested the level. So we didn't chase it. And we didn't buy it here. No, you know what we're doing? We're protecting our profits, and that's it. That's it. I want to short this under here. So we made a high of 78. And protect the profits. We are, we're in for a starter under the 60, was it 2366 level? Pretty good volume, lower volume on the push here. We had some dying volume here on the push, and then we had a little bit more of a sell candle. So hopefully this isn't a pullback and a push higher. We're in at 53. The high here is 77. 20 cents. I don't want to take any more size with this yet. God damn it. 2365. Here's this level, this 66 level. So it's definitely having a little trouble here. Not going to add yet. Shorting the front side of the move. It's my go-to. You know, we didn't wait for, I didn't wait for the overextended bar. This is grinding. This is slowly grinding. It's just a major level of resistance that it broke over and it pulled back. So we'll see. We're in 250 shares at 53. It's definitely heavy up in this area. Now, if you're bullish, you want to see candles start to close above this level. Right now, it opened above this level. You want to see it close above this level. I want to see it come back down. So we're at 70. We're really close to our stop. So this is going to be an add opportunity. If we add here at 70, it'll bring our average up to 65, 63. I don't know. I'm going to take some there. So we're at 61. Tight stop on this because it's actually above that level. Fingers on the trigger to cover. Uh-oh. We're at 77. 76. I think it's gonna go. So I covered. It's pretty big L. Fake breakout. So just barely put in a new high and it's not going anywhere. So I think that's gonna be, oh, what a horrible trade. I'm not gonna walk away green here if I close this. $0.10. Oh yeah, I could. 74. There's some good size at 73. No. Oh, what a stupid move. I don't even. Yeah, I flipped the position. If this goes short, I'm gonna be so pissed, because that just means that I was right. APHA is above critical level. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You suck. So that was a really weak push up here. It's still holding, it's still kind of grinding. I just want to manage myself out of this position somehow. We're down 20 cents, it's 150. We're break even on the day. No. Short 47, 47. We're playing a chasing game here. Down 63. Come on. Oh my god. Can I hide? I want to hide. Sit down. Go, 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 go. 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 I am pissed. I'm gonna start taking profit. Damn. Start going somewhere. Where's the momentum? Oh man. 7. So let's see, playing that back, I had the right idea and then I flipped long and then now back to short. Had the initial right idea on the short, it just put in a new high. So I respected my stop, oddly, and flipped a bias. That VWAP is a far way away. I think I'm going to start getting heavy in this. If it can pop back up. to my entry. We're short 750 shares with an average of 47. We're up about 17 cents a share, now 20. It has some support here around 20. So this is just a pullback for now. So I just covered some at 28 and 30. We're trading in the 40s now. The only place that I'd look to add back in would be I'm not even sure. Uptrending over the VWAP. Oh my god, Kron. Kron did exactly. Was it Kron that we were looking at? Or was it this SMC? Fuck. This is what sucks. Was it Kron that we said would push up, make a new high on low volume, and then just get slammed? But it didn't. I kind of wanted it to be right here, this high, instead of this pullback. Kron's up 6%. Under the VWAP. Man. Set an alert for up here. Alright, I'm tired. I'm done. Market is on a strong pullback. Strong pullback all the way to the VWAP. Interesting to see. So the SPY, we had this 271 level. It broke through, but didn't really, and then it set in a lower high and came back down pretty aggressively back to this area. It still looks like a nice, I mean, this is a bull flag. You kind of want to see it hold up over the VWAP and everything else. So I guess this would technically be a bull flag as well over this area. So do I take off here because I think it's going to come back up on me and then add back in on a lower high, or do I just hold this and average down? Do I take profits because I have it, or do I just hold this thinking that it's going to fail? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Wow. Big pull down for the market. Back to break even on the trade. Hmm. So a lower high in this area. Hmm. Hmm. Cron's over the VWAP over 21 again. We'll look to see if it can push. It put in a really big red candle. Not going to short it right underneath the VWAP. So the high of this candle was 46. Didn't quite, I mean, it pretty much came right back up to our entry. Hmm. I wanted to swing the Qs. I wonder if now's a good buy on the bull flag for the market. Let's see here. I can't even think anymore. Oh my gosh, the market is just getting destroyed. I look to add in the 60s, and that's it. We're risking 13 cents. Oh, not much going on. This is not the time to be trading. $0.17 spreads. They're not as bad as earlier, but I don't like it. Low of this dip was 28. I'd like to see it get under 28. It bottomed here at 25, 26. So we're seeing some 26 hits. Last time we took profit at 28 and 30. Might not be a bad idea here, but try to hold. Oh shit, I have an appointment. Stanfield. Nice. Mm. I really don't want to see much volume coming in here. There's definitely some sellers up in this area, putting through some decent sell orders. All right, Laura. Yeah, I'm looking for a little move. Maybe a 10-cent move. And hopefully this will turn into like a fader. It's pretty extended. Volume's really decreasing here. So yeah, like you said, just watching the volume and that's it. So I'll catch you on Monday. Hopefully I go into the weekend on a green note. We'll see here in a minute. But study up for your math exam, and I guess we'll catch you back here maybe on Tuesday. Trying to see if there's any volume coming into here. It seems like there is. 2360 was about where I want to see this thing top out. So it has the major gap resistance level at 2365, I guess. So you see, last two times it's been up in this area, it's failed to top out here. The high of this one is 57, the high of this one is 66. So in between 57 and 66, it's had a lot of form of resistance. Our average is 51. Cron's almost back up to our short entry. So I like how this isn't getting much volume. And watch it start getting volume. There's some support at 60. Cron's up, pushing. Damn. 67. 65. Okay, it's over 67. I don't like that. Average is 59. Come on. Lower high. Lower high. Come on. Come on. There we go. Here we go. There we go. If 50 breaks, we should see some momentum. We're in at 59. I'm gonna just get a little antsy here and start taking off some more risk. Yep. 57. Back to even. I didn't take it. Low volume's good. We were able to average up our position to 59. Can take off some shares here, break even if we wanted to. Getting greedy. Here's a potential to add if you think it'll pivot. There's some support at 56. $56 broke through. Still no volume. I don't like that as holding. Get down, get down, get down. I'm going to be taking off risk this time. Come on, get some momentum going. There we go, there we go. Get going. I'm going to start taking profits. I want to see it pull away from 50. $53 by 53. It's not going. Man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. $49. Let's go. Let's go. I'm just gonna start taking some off here in the 50s, or you know, in low 50s, underneath 50. In for 1,000 shares. We're up 10 cents. Trying to be patient. Here we go. Here's a flush. Took some at 39. Another at 38 as it just paused there for a second. So it was a sketchy ad opportunity. I'm always too fast to take profits. That's some pretty good support. I like that it's underneath 50 right now. I kind of feel like closing up shop and getting out of here. I feel like I got lucky, somewhat lucky. I just feel like I botched this one move. I botched. We were up $200, $300 earlier, and I just gave it all away just now to win it back on these smaller moves. See, I had to size in more size with these moves in order to. That's not good. That's not the way to play. So I know if I stay here, I can make money, but it's not easy. We had some takes at 38, 39. This had a low of, well, I had a low of 30. I wonder what the spread was at that time. Should we add here and slam it? I don't think so. Average is 59. We could add in. No. All right. Well, underneath 20, you should see 23. Underneath 23.20, you should see $23. You know what? I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close it up. I have to get ready. I have an appointment at noon. If you guys are watching this, sorry it wasn't the most eventful stream. I made a really bad trade right here in this area. I started shorting it here. It broke out, so I covered and actually went long, and it flushed against me. So right in this 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I lost what I actually made on decent trades here. So then in this little channel, I've made it back. I'll give this one more test down here to fail and set in new lows. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to take the Take the money and run. Going to the weekend green as a 4th day green in a row. Thanks, Martin. I think it's relatively normal. But thank you. I don't have many people on Twitch. Are you familiar with the stock market at all? Alright, so we're going to see if this pushes down through 2330. Really want to see 2330 break. That would be great. We'd probably see some momentum to the downside. If it pivots here, we're going to take it. Only in 500 shares, 2 lots. It has some support on this wick. Nice. If you can find us on Discord, if you want, I guarantee you I have the best educational material for free that you can find. If you're familiar with Discord, I'll send you a link. Let me know if the link comes through. If you want to, when you get in there, just send me an email or send me a message or direct message, whatever they call it. And I can give you access to the private library. So the library has all the best videos from everybody. So it is starting to get some support here. This is the last test. We'll see if it can do it. What are we doing here on the 1 minute? We'll see. As long as it's still trending downwards, I'm gonna hold. I really want to see this break some lows and then gain some momentum to the downside, maybe to 23. It'd be a pretty good size win. Stop on this is going to be an adjusted stop in the profit. Oh really? Yeah, I mean there's a lot to learn. I've been studying for, I'm not quite sure exactly how long, but I know I've been full-time for at least a year, and that's studying, and some of that is going to be considered overtime too. There's a lot to learn, but once you get the basics, then you can kind of just start to learn other strategies from everybody. Each trader has their different type of strategy. I'm predominantly a short seller, and I like to short top gainers and parabolics. So this is a stock that most people were playing bullish long in the morning. I like to grab it short as it's a little overbought, it's overvalued, and everybody's going to lunch by now. So here we are actually making new lows. So this has turned out to be a good hold. Finish the stock, look at TTNP. Short at 183 with a profit going back to where it came from. What do you think? Okay, let me see SYMC here. So if this starts to gain traction, I am going to be taking profits, especially at this 2320 level. We'll see if this holds up or if it snaps. If this snaps, it should really dump. So here we're pressing on 2320, and it looks like it might break. So now's a good time to pay myself on this level of support. I could leave half of it in. So it did bounce a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take off some of that TTNP. Short at 185. Wow. Wow, that looks like a good move. High volume sell-off. This is an indication of the beginning of a reversal, and it failed. So you might look to start taking some profits. But let me look at it on a larger scale here. So yeah, it's already retraced the majority of the move. So you're coming up to a place where it could potentially pivot, and you have volume coming in here where it kind of failed to break out, but it's showing you that it has some potential to break out. So it might start to bottom here. You might want to look to take some profits if you want. And obviously this is not financial advice, this is just hypothetically speaking. $163 is going to be support on the daily from the 50 moving average. It also has failed to break out here before. Let me erase everything. Okay, so on a larger scale on the daily chart, we have some support at 63, which is what we're pressing on. I guess underneath that would be okay, but that's also, I mean, I think this would be a place to take profits, but I always take profits soon. It's had previous resistance at 68, and it had a gap level here that was filled. I mean, I guess be patient with it, but have an adjusted stop and know that it could pivot where it is now. This is a really big volume candle, but anything that gaps up and closes red is going to be super weak. Let's see if it's had where it's traded that volume. So on a weekly time frame, it looks like it could push higher. Let me daily. Okay. Let's look at the daily here. I mean, you're trading with the trend. It is down trending, but ever since we got these bigger volume spikes, these are indications of potential reversals. So it showed potential, it's faded back down, and now it's showing even more volume, which is actually more potential for a pivot. Kind of like here. But this actually continued to uptrend. We had big volume here, and then we had, let me see, that actually ended being a peak. I'm not sure. Here's a gap up, close red. Yeah, I mean, it seems to close the gaps fairly quickly. The only thing that bothers me is the amount of volume that came into it. $130 to $140. Yeah. Because there's other support levels here too on the daily, and they're starting to cross each other, as you can see. Alright, I'm gonna look to take my profits here and close up shop. I have I have to get going. So it looks like it's kind of just holding up here. Around 23.20. So let's see. I'm just running out of time. You know, I'm happy with this. If I close this, I'll be happy. We'll wait. This is still a bullish chart. It's just there's a lot of potential to the downside. We have the VWAP at 23. It's like a coin toss right now. I could take this profit. I'm just gonna close it. Because I'm in at 50. I can risk this 25 cents to get to 23, or I can just take half of the profits here. So we'll just close it out. That was a great day. Kind of. TTNP. TTNP, like I said, it has potential to pivot. It depends on your trading style. You know, like, it depends if you're just trying to take one trade at 85 and maximize your win. Then I think, yeah, it's a trade to hold. It's not really giving you any exit indicators. But if you're trading where you want to scale in and out, I think here's a potential place you take profits just to lock in some profits, maybe a third of your position, and then you can always add it back on if it comes back, you know, to this like 75 level or so. But ultimately it's a very bearish chart. Gapped up, it sold right off. It hasn't even come back up to test the VWAP. Your entry is up here. It's pretty good. So it has a level here to break through before it even gets to your entry. So if it were to come back against you, you'll have a ton of time to take profit, in my opinion. I don't think it's just going to squeeze right back up. Now it could, but you're not getting much volume. If it's going to be bullish, this volume is probably going to start to increase and it's going to start to curl up. The fact that there's a big sell-off candle with high volume shows that the bears are still there. The bears are still in control. So these are people like me that would be impatient, that are starting to cover because you're starting to see it come back up against you. I don't think there's many people really building in long positions into this. There could be, but there's going to be a lot of selling pressure because if anybody was buying it, well, no, it's pretty much all shorts in here because there wasn't much volume pre-market. I'm not really sure what to think. TTNP. Yeah, just know that around 60, 63, there's some daily support. I think you're comfortable holding it. It's downtrending. It is putting in a little bit of a cover pop, I guess you can call it. You think it's going to snap soon? I think that, yeah, without volume, hang on tight. It's good to be in the driver's seat, you know. So it's a comfy feeling. Up 20 cents a share. It's a great trade. You could adjust your stop to, you know, put yourself in the money at least. Take 10 cents if it comes back against you. The only problem with that is if it does come up to here, that could just be a potential for you to add. It really depends on how you play. You know, like you could take some profits here, add back in on the peaks. Because Because if it just comes back up here and you adjusted your stop here, this might just be a pivot point before it continues lower. But I'm gonna set an alert here. I think this would be a good profit take off of this peak. You said between 40 and 30. Yeah, the ultimate gap would be at 23. That's, I mean, really maximizing the profit. It looks like 44 had some previous resistance here. It broke through it yesterday, came down and tapped this 44 area. So I'd pay attention to that as well. So you are starting to come up to resistance, or to support levels. 150 is the psychological level of 150. It respected that here. It also, in the pre-market, it not only touched this 44, but then it based at 50, and it's taken off since then. So we can see a pivot here. So the more times that we see where this is actually pivoted, the more lines that it has underneath it. All right, so yeah, I'll keep an eye on that trade too. I'm gonna put an alert at 51. I'm gonna put an alert at 45 just to see. All right, George, Martin, if you guys are here watching, closing up the day, that was the 4th day green. It's gonna put our account positive. TTNP. And you know, I'll catch up with you guys in the Discord group on the weekend if there's anything. Thank you, George, so much for the Bull Bears videos. I watched the first one yesterday. It was pretty basic, pretty much I didn't pick much up other than he's a funny guy. That Kunal guy is funny. Other than trading against the trend is like pissing in the wind. I liked that one. That one kind of stuck with me. But I'm looking forward to watching day 2, part 1. I'll probably watch that today. I might even watch part 2. But I really appreciate all the content. I hope that maybe we can get that penny stocking videos back. I have the short stocking. Those came through, and that link's no longer valid, which is strange. It might be error on my end. So I have a different email address. I can private message you. Maybe it's just an error on my end, on my Google account. But that's it, guys. So catch you later. Other people have it, so it is me. Okay. Well, I think since I'm a member of that group, I can share it with myself, with my other email. Yeah, because I definitely want to watch those. And the other Tim Sykes video wasn't coming in either, which was about the SEC filings and whatnot. Okay. Cool. Well, then I'm pretty excited for that too. I'll watch those over the next week or so and try to come back Monday. I'm feeling great going into the weekend. The account is about break even, but we're up about 1,000, down like 2,000. This week has been bad. I guess that would be bad trading, but kind of like today. Today we were up, we were down. Actually, we were up, we were even, and then we were back up. So pretty bullish and optimistic for the market overall. A lot of analysts. I went to a financial meeting yesterday. Had a guy from Merrill Lynch and TD Ameritrade, and there were BlackRock, something like that. Had some really good people speak, some guest speakers there, and they're very optimistic about the market. Now, they're obviously investment traders for retired people or people who have a certain amount of capital. They're not really ever bearish on the market, but they're predicting like a 16% gain this year for the market, and that's why I'm starting to swing trade some of the market ETFs. But you know, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start allocating a portion of this account because I'm allowed to swing trade 20% of the account, which is actually $16,000. I'm going to start taking some of that and investing it in swing trades long term into the market. So like today, I could put $1,000 swing trade into the Qs and then reevaluate it next week, and maybe just every Friday put in about $1,000 because we think that it's going to be uptrending. But I'm gonna hold off on that right now because I think the market is in an interesting point. And I think I'd be kind of like picking the top of it based on the SPY's daily here. I mean, we set in a little bit of a pullback, and we're up over this 200 day, which is huge, and we have a lot of potential to run. So basically, we'd be bullish for the rest of this year. To set in new highs, and then once we set in new highs and recover all these losses, I think next year is going to be brutally ugly, because this was a pullback. We pulled back 19%, 20% is a bear market, so this is just a correction. So that means we're still uptrending. We're still going to the upside. We can set in new highs here, and then we're just going to get smoked next year. But that's just a prediction. We'll see. It could pivot here. It could start to go to the downside. But overall, that's it. We got to go. So yeah.